right, so let's sing a little. And all that I am, I offer at the altar of love. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love. And sweet surrender, and sweet surrender. And all that I am, I offer at the altar of love. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love. And sweet surrender, and sweet surrender. And all that I am, I offer at the altar of love. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love. And sweet surrender, and sweet surrender. Sing along now. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love. In sweet surrender, in sweet surrender. And all that I am, I offer at the altar of love. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love. In sweet surrender, in sweet surrender. And all that I am, I offer at the altar of love. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love. In sweet surrender, in sweet surrender. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love. In sweet surrender, in sweet surrender. And all that I am, I offer at the altar of love. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love. In sweet surrender, in sweet surrender, in sweet surrender, in sweet surrender.
thank you so, so much for being here. And first of all, I just want to commend you. I want to commend you for having the courage to show up and explore your voice, because it is something that is so vulnerable. It's so vulnerable for people, and so many of us have been, quite frankly, we've been traumatized around our voice. And so many of us have been told we can't sing, or we don't sing very well, or we sing out of tune, or to be quiet, or whatever it is. And so you just showing up here is very symbolic of you just showing up for yourself. And when I have the theme for this webinar of just freeing our voice, and for me, it's more than just freeing your voice, because the voice is this most intimate and direct link to our heart and soul. So what I love to share, of course, is not only singing, but devotional singing. You know, how do we get into that place of just so connected and tapped into our hearts? And that takes an incredible amount of courage, right? That takes an incredible amount of bravery. First of all, you got to face yourself, right? The first person you got to face is your own mind and your own critique, your judgments, your fears, your insecurities around your voice, all of that just comes up as we sing. Does anybody deal with that? Maybe raise your hand. Anybody have a little critique around their voice? Maybe a little judgment? We weren't all born with just thinking we have the most amazing voices. I like to share a little my story of how I started singing. You know, I've kind of sang throughout my whole childhood, but when I got into high school, I started into a punk rock band. And I thought to myself, you know, look, I don't sing that well, but if all these other like punk rock bands and lead singers who just sound awful are willing to get their voice out there and sing, then I can do that too. And so that's how I started. You know, I started in a band, and then it just progressed from there. You know, and it didn't really dawn on me that I had a great voice until, I don't know, like 5 or 6 or 7 years ago. And you know, it's always a work in progress, but it was just eventually, after so many people said, hey, you know, you got a pretty good voice, Ananda. You got a pretty nice voice. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll take it. You know, I'll start receiving that and just, you know, embracing it. And then all of a sudden I was teaching voice, right? I started sharing with people like how to really open up your voice, how to be empowered in your voice, and how to connect with your heart and deepen into your heart and your devotion. And in particular, these last 9 months, I've started working with people one-on-one, and it's been just one breakthrough after the next, because before it was more teaching with groups. And then when I moved into working with one-on-one, I really started being able to dial in like what was possible and what I could do with people and with their voices. And I was like, oh, wow. And each person is so particular. Each person's voice and their voice journey is so particular. And so obviously tonight we're in a group dynamic, and we're going to just explore. We're going to explore our voices and see what we can get out of this incredible gift of our voice. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to just take a moment to, if there's any time in your life that someone has told you didn't have a good voice, or you sang out of tune, or to be quiet, or whatever it might have been, that is maybe a pretty vivid memory, I want you to just go back to that place, and I want you to tell that aspect of yourself in that moment that, hey, we have been given this voice. I've been given this voice, and this voice is an expression, and it's a gift to connect me with my heart and my devotion, my soul. And it's nobody's assessment how this is supposed to sound, including myself. And so the first step is just address that. Like, I want to just have the love and acceptance of my voice right here, right now, and always. And then to know that this voice is an ongoing work in progress. Always a work in progress, okay? And not only that, but this voice is such a blessing. It's such a gift. It's where I can express my truth, the fifth chakra. It's where I can express my joy and my love and my communication. But of course, your voice, your singing, that most intimate connection with your heart and soul. So take this moment just to bless yourself, to forgive anybody who may have told you that you couldn't sing or whatever, and just take that moment for yourself right now. And to just give yourself an extra dose of love, because really with the voice we need an extra dose of love and acceptance and appreciation and care, because it's such a vulnerable thing. I tell people, I'm like, well, if I give you the option to get in front of 100 people or 1,000 people, and you had two options: sing a cappella, nothing else, just a cappella, or go naked. And it's a debate. Some people just say, I'll go naked, it's fine. And then some people are like, no, I'll sing. But it puts in perspective how scary it is to share our voice. And then the confidence, right? The self-love and the trust to be able to express ourselves. And so that's the first step. The first step is just to love and accept our voice just as it is right now. Okay? That's the first step to freeing your voice. And then the second steps and the steps leading up is practice. Like, we have to practice and we have to get a better understanding of our voices. Okay? So let's just go ahead and rub your palms together. Bring the hands to the center of your chest, and let's just do our first vocal exercise, which is 3 ohms. Inhale deeply. Beautiful. And keep your hands on your heart. And I want to invoke Ganesha, the remover of all obstacles, to open up our voices, to free our voices, to be able to express and to share. And I want to invoke Saraswati, for the goddess of speech and sound and music and the voice, the 5th chakra, to express ourselves, to the ongoing refinement that Saraswati represents. And I want to invoke Hanuman, for the courageous heart, to be able to tap into that courage, to be able to sing, to share our hearts, and to face the challenges, to face the insecurities, to face the fears, to face the critiques, the judgments with an open heart. Face every challenge that comes to us with an open heart. And I want to invoke Shiva and Kali for that invocation to transform us, to be able to let go of any old beliefs and any old patterns that are holding us back from being able to express ourselves, to be able to be free in our voice, to share our voices. Beautiful. And then go ahead and release, relax. Yeah. Okay, so I want to address a few different aspects here before we even get started, so you just have an understanding of what's possible here. I think a lot of times we don't even know what's possible with our voice because we don't even know how to approach it. We're just like, we're just going with what we know, what we've done before. And first step I want to talk about is this concept and differentiating between a talking voice, which is the talking and then goes to singing, to a singing voice, just a singing voice. So a lot of times the talking voice is what we end up using to sing. So here I am, I'm talking, here I am, I'm singing, here I am, I'm talking, here I am, I'm singing. But mostly when I'm singing in my talking voice, I can only stay up here in this upper register. And you can cultivate that, and it can sound pretty good. But typically you're just always in this head voice, and I call it the head voice. There's 4 voices I work with a lot. Head voice, throat voice, chest voice, and navel voice. Okay? And we're constantly, most of us only sing in our head or throat voice. We very rarely tap into our chest voice. Once we tap into our chest voice, we're actually tapping into what I would consider, you have to go into your singing voice. And if you go in even deeper into your chest and into your navel, then you definitely got to tap into your singing voice. It's not going to be just your talking voice. Because all of a sudden you go from, hey, I'm talking right now, hey, I'm singing right now, I'm singing in my talking voice, hey, 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 to, hey, I'm singing in my singing voice. All of a sudden I have a whole new capacity, and I can embody it more, and I can sing louder. All of a sudden I can tap into my navel voice. Right? So all of a sudden you've moved away from your talking voice. You moved into your singing voice. Now, the question is, how many of you know your singing voice? Let's see. Let me change the view here real quick. How many of you, let me see, just a little raise of hands. How many of you feel like you have a tapped into your singing voice? A few people here. Okay, yeah. Okay, good. Well, we're gonna test it out. We're about to test it out to see where you're at. Okay. So first step is we're gonna just go right into the head voice. Okay. So the head voice is soft. I consider it like really soft and really sweet. Okay. And so the first thing we're gonna do is let me just switch this video around real quick. Sorry. You're going to go here and just go, we're going to use the syllable ma, okay? M-A, simple. And just really soft in our head voice. Ma. Okay, you can do that with me in the key of that, same key. Ma. Okay, very good. Couple things before we do this. I want you sitting up straight, and I want your mouth to be as big as if you could put 2 fingers in your mouth. So everybody put 2 fingers in their mouth the long way. Big, long. Yeah, perfect. Nice, wide mouth. Okay, that's really crucial. Here's the difference. Here's another crucial difference. Here's your chin up. Ma, and then watch as my chin goes down. Ma. Much richer sound when your chin is down. Okay? So you can have it kind of up, about parallel, or down. But this thing, the diva experience, ma. That's going to constrict your vocals and your vocal cords, and you'll actually end up constricting your sound. Okay, so typically speaking, we want to chin either down or just about parallel. Wide mouth, spine is straight. And then I want you, rather than to sing like as if you're going to be singing out, you're sharing the sound out. I want you to visualize and feel the sound going within you. I want you to fill yourself up. And then go from there. Then go out. Because this is a crucial piece, especially with devotional singing, because you want to be full first, and then the sound, and then what you're offering to be coming from this full connected place, right? So that's part of the practice. Mouth is wide, chin is down, and then filling yourself up, and you could fill all the way down to the base of your spine and then go out from there. Okay? So here we go. We're starting with the head voice. Ma. Really soft and sweet. Good. Again. Ma. One more time. Ma. Beautiful. Nice, soft, sweet. Okay, that's the classic head voice. Now we're going to the throat voice. A little louder, a little stronger. This is where most people are typically comfortable. Ma. Ma. Good. I actually kind of did a little bit of chest voice there. They kind of blend, right? I'll show you later. They do blend, but we're going to try to isolate here. Just throat voice. Ma. Sing with me. Ma. Good. Good. Yeah. So we use this the nice thing about, this practice is we're just invoking the Divine Mother to just flow through us, because ultimately we're just trying to become open vessels, more and more open vessels, to let this music and this sound flow through us, because at some point you want this to be effortless. Okay? Now some of you, here's another piece of the practice, and this is the nice thing that we can do on video, is I need you to also be watching you. Okay, so you can have me on the video, but I also want you to be able to see you. So if you are not seeing yourself on your screen, please do that, because I want you to watch yourself. I want you to watch your mouth, because I want a nice wide mouth from you. And I also want you to just see your face, because I want your face so relaxed. You need to have your face relaxed. I want your body relaxed. I want your neck relaxed. I want your vocal cords relaxed. You're going to be so relaxed as you're singing, so that when you can just sing, and it's just, there's no stress, there's no tension. So yeah, just go ahead and move your head around. Feel as if you're just relaxed all around. Move your shoulders around. Yeah, there's so much tension just with singing, right? We're like, oh God, I gotta sing, tense up, hey, I'm singing really, oh God, no, we don't want that. We want total relax. I'm totally relaxed in my body, so I can sing and let the music flow through me. Okay, that's a little gospel, right? Just to give you the whole flair, because what I want to share with you, hopefully we can get through the whole session, is I want you to be able to have this capacity to just go from your head voice to your navel voice, and your navel voice to your head voice, and just flow with it. Super easy. All right. So some of you might not get there. We're just going to go through these practices. You do your best. You do your absolute best to not judge yourself. Okay? Put your right hand up. From this day forward, repeat after me. From this day forward, I will not judge my voice. I will love my voice just as it is. And I will do my best to not critique my voice. And I am just going to love and accept just where I'm at with my voice. Perfect. Okay, relax the hand down. Good. One more piece that I have to work on, all of us have to work on, is that we don't judge or critique everybody else's voices. That we just come to love and accept everybody else's voices just where they're at right now. It's, that's a big, big practice. It's like part of the practice of life, right? How do we love and accept everybody just where they're at? Just where their voice is at. The voice is expression of the heart and soul. Okay, so we worked through the head voice, and we did a little bit with the throat voice. Okay, but before we go into the chest, because this is typically this difference between going to the throat to the chest, big deal, big shift. So let's go ahead and just do a little bit of vocal sliding between the head and the throat. And we're going to do something like this. Go, ah. You can even use your hand. Ah. So we're going from the low octave to a high octave. Maybe we can go a little lower. Ah. Try that. Ah. Good. Again. Ah. And again. Good. How did that feel? Getting like a little bit warmed up with your voice? Okay. So one thing that's important that we're just starting to play around. So this is a crucial piece. You have to approach your voice with innocence, like childlike innocence. Remember what it was like for you when you were young and someone didn't tell you to be quiet and someone didn't tell you you had a bad voice or someone didn't tell you whatever. You know, you just said, oh, I'm just going to start expressing my voice. I'm going to scream. I'm going to just do whatever I want to do. I'm going to make bubbly sounds with my voice. I'm going to, do little things here. Let's do this together. Good. Now do this. Good. Now do this. Go, like put the top of the middle of the tongue on the roof of the mouth and just make a humming sound. Move your head around. Relax the throat. Good. Now bite your tongue just lightly and go ahead and do that again. Okay, last one that's nice. Just to loosen up the cheeks. And make sure these cheeks are loose when we sing. Bring the cheeks forward, make pouty lips, and go. Good. We got to have fun. We got to be relaxed, and we got to be like totally silly. We have to have our innocence. The key to connecting with your voice and your heart is an innocence. And innocence, nothing. There's all this critique, all this judgment. That doesn't exist with your innocence. You just have to express. You get to joy. You get to be in your love and in your exploration. Okay, so we are in the exploration of our voices. Agreed? Are we agreed? Put your thumbs up. Are you in exploration of your voice? Great. Fantastic. Okay. All right. So let's start with a lower key here. And we're going to start with G. Again, we're going to use the syllable ma. And we're going to go head voice to throat voice. Okay? So soft entry and then louder. Okay, it's soft, louder, soft. Ma. Good. Ma. Okay, great. First nice exercise. Now we kind of start doing some dancing up the key, okay? So follow me. Ma, 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 ma. Do your best. If you're out of key, that's okay. I can't hear you right now. So you just got to sing. Just sing. Ma, 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 ma. That's all in your head voice. Nice and soft and sweet. Ma, 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 ma. Great. Throat voice. A little louder. Ma, 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 ma. Excellent. Well, we're going to jump to A. Head voice. Ma, 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 ma. Watch yourself in the screen. I want a wide mouth, but really soft. Ma, 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 ma. Excellent. Again. Ma, 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 ma. Excellent. Throat voice. Ma, 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 ma. Okay. big wide mouth. Watch yourself in your own screen. Make sure your face is relaxed, your throat's relaxed, your chest is relaxed, your body's relaxed. Here we go. Ma 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 ma. Good. One more time. Ma 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 ma. Good. Excellent. All right. So this is typically more the easier part. Now, once we start getting into our chest voice, which I want to start dabbling into, we need more mechanics. So an important piece is our belly. So many people have this tight belly and constriction, and they think, especially if you're getting nervous, just like the belly gets tight. So your belly needs to go out. Your belly needs to go out. It needs to be relaxed. So when you breathe in, your belly goes out, okay? So just try a little bit right now. We're going to actually use, first of all, let's just try a breath called breath of fire. Some of you have probably, I'm sure, done this before. If not, just try it where the belly is going to be pumping in and out, and you just breathe in and out through the nose. Engage the navel. Engage the stomach like it's a pump. The stomach goes in as the breath goes out. Good. Okay, so this is just to get you some awareness in your navel and in your belly, because this is going to be a crucial piece for getting us down to the chest voice. Okay, now we're going to use the syllable ha. Okay? Ha. And now the navel goes out as you do the ha. Okay? Navel goes out and you exasperate the sound. Ha. 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 And same, maybe if you can deepen your sound into your chest and into your navel. Ha. 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 Good? Try that. Really strong, like really full powered, full rich voice. Ha. 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 Not like ha. 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 Here's your head voice. Ha. 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 Throat voice. Ha. 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 Chest voice. Ha. 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 Navel voice. Ha. 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 Okay? So start exploring with it. Just see what you can get out of your voice. Just start exploring. This is the rapid session. So we're just touching bases on a lot of different things quickly. Obviously, some of you, it'll take a little bit more time to actually access this, but I'm just starting to touch bases to see where you're at. And then you can have an assessment yourself. Okay, well, I've got a good connection with maybe my head voice or my throat voice, or maybe I even got a good connection with my chest voice. Maybe I've even got a good connection with my navel voice. All right. But right now you're just exploring. So a few more times. Ha, 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 ha. Navel out. Ha, 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 ha. And now extend it a little bit. Ha, 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 ha. Great. Are we having fun exploring our voices? This is important. Got to have fun, because we're dealing with something so vulnerable. It's like all of a sudden we have to reprogram our approach to our voice. How do we approach our voice with so much fun, with curiosity, with spontaneity, with joy? All right. So the next step is, okay, well, did I tap into that, and can I tap into it even further? So we're going to do those vocal slides we'll stick with that A, ma, stick with that ma, M-A, ma, and then we're going to go all the way up to the higher octave, ma, okay, ma, let's just try it in our head voice, ma. Some of you need to open up your mouth much wider. Yes, good. Ma. Great. Yep, keep the body relaxed, the neck's relaxed. Ma. And now throat voice. Ma. 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 Great. Okay, Now, to tap into the chest voice, and as we go up in the higher registers, the slides are nice for this, because as you go into those higher registers, your voice, if you're in your head voice, it can pretty much stay the same volume. But as you go into your chest voice and your navel voice particular, that volume is going to go up substantially. Okay? So when you start getting higher up in those registers, you're going to get a lot louder. Now, something happens with the mind. I've noticed this with working with people a lot, that most people have a volume level that they're comfortable with their voice. And when you start hitting this threshold where the volume level gets too loud, then it's like, hold it back. Hold it back. And I'm not going to get any louder than that. Like, I don't want to get louder than that because, I was told to be quiet. I was told to only be this loud. So right now, I want you to put your hand up again and tell yourself, I can be as loud as I want right now. I can be as loud as I want right now. Okay? All right. So this is giving yourself permission. It's giving yourself permission to express. It's, we are so limited by our beliefs, by our minds. Like, how loud can we be? Let's find that childlike essence. We could just express ourselves. There's no limit. There's no capacity, okay? So here we go. Let's go a little higher. A sharp. So we're going to go ma. Okay, so that's your soft voice. But now I want you to explore going into a stronger voice. So we're going to just start going into as loud as you can on that high note. So we start soft. Ma. Okay, here we go. Ma. Navel is going to be coming out. Make sure, put one hand on your belly. Make sure that stomach is going out as you're singing. Put the other hand on your chest to give yourself that confidence, that heart-centeredness, okay? Here we go. Ma. Good. Breathe in deep. Ma. Good. Are you finding that you're getting louder as that on that high note? That that should be softer. This should be softer. Ma. And then this should be, that high one should be loud. Okay? Let's try it again. Ma. Again. Ma. Good. All right. I can't hear what you're sounding like, but I'm rooting you on. Are you rooting yourself on, though? Can you say, hey, I'm doing great? Say to yourself, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I showed up. I showed up for myself. I showed up for myself, and I showed up for my voice, and I wanted to explore my voice. I wanted to be able to free up my voice so I can be able to share and express myself. Awesome. Congratulations. Amazing. Okay. So, B, a little bit higher. Ma. Okay, let's try it out. Ma. Okay, I'm kind of overemphasizing, but actually, ideally, you keep your chin down. Take those two fingers, make sure that mouth is this wide. Okay, overemphasizing. The belly's going to come out. Your neck is relaxed. Your chest and shoulders are relaxed. You're totally relaxed as you do this. There's no straining at all. Here we go. Ma. Again. Ma. Beautiful. Ma. Ma. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay. So as we dive in deep, obviously, I'm like cruising through all this stuff. This is all stuff that I work with people for usually months to keep going through. But I'm giving you the fast sneak preview, okay? And you just do your best to whatever degree you can. And I want to start tapping into the degree that we can to our navel voice. And we will do that by, again, just tapping into that power of the huh. And now we're going to go higher, though. We're going to be in the C now. ha, 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 ha. Oh, okay, that's pretty high. Ha, ha, ha. Okay, before we do that though, you're going to visualize yourself as an opera singer or a gospel singer, okay? That you have to visualize that you're going to be singing to 10,000 people in a stadium, okay? No microphone, just your voice. You're like, how do I get across to the person in the back of this stadium with my voice, okay? Oh, just like that. Oh, all right. Navel's going to come out, and we're going to slide into this. Just slide as much as you can go. Just as loud and as far as you can go. Give yourself permission to see what happens, okay? Starting off soft. Ma. Go for it. Ma. Ma. Good. Excellent. Okay, so something that comes up for people a lot of times is like, okay, I'm good, I'm sliding, but then I'm noticing like maybe you have some hiccups along the way. Okay, that is just, there's more often than not, I feel when I've been working with people is that breaks if your voice is crackling, you're finding yourself stuttering a little bit. More often than not, that's in the head. That's in the mind. It's in the psychology. And that's why when we first started this, I approached it with, hey, you have to love and accept your voice right now as it is. And you have to forgive anybody and all people who have told you had a bad voice or you sing out of key or whatever it is. Because you got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in your voice and just be totally innocent with your voice. You have to approach the voice as if it's brand new, beginner's mind, right? The classic Buddhist thing. Approach your voice right now, starting today, with beginner's mind. And that's step number one. Of course, there's mechanicals and there's improvements that we can make and refinements that we can make with our vocal cords. But I find that more often than not, it's in our heads that's where we're having those stutters, those breaks, the crackling. And so just be aware of that as we're going through this. And we'll just continue to work on the voice, okay? C sharp, all right? Ma. Starting the head voice, go to your throat voice, chest voice, and navel voice, however much you can go. Ma. Nice wide mouth. Ma. Big deep breath. Ma. Feel your navel. Make sure your hand's still on your stomach and breathe in and feel that navel go out. Ma. Good. Excellent. Excellent. All right. So now we're going up a little even higher. D. All right. So the slides are really nice to just kind of explore with your voice and just this fluidity with your voice. It's relaxed in your vocal cords. I've noticed that tends to be easier for people to just kind of go into, whereas if we go into, for example, like here we are. Let's just try it out. We're at D. We're kind of in a higher point. We're going to do head voice. Ma, 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 ma. Try it out. Ma, 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 ma. That's just head voice. Again. Ma, 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 ma. Good. Throat voice. Ma, 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 ma. Again. Ma, 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 ma. Okay, so now if I were to say, okay, go to your chest voice. Typically, most people can't do this. Right here. Ma, 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 ma. Try it out. Ma, 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 ma. Again. Ma, 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 ma. And now if I were to say to go your navel voice, like 95% of people wouldn't be able to do this. So we won't even go there. But the exploration through this vocal slide is easier because then you can kind of slide your way into your power. You can kind of ease your way into your power. You're like, okay, that's pretty loud, that's pretty full, but that's about usually how much as I can take, right? So let's just try it. We're getting up there pretty high with our voice in the note, in the pitch. So we're going to go... Here we go. Good. Again. Good. Excellent. All right, so let me see with a raise of hands. Who feels like you're starting to tap into your chest voice? Yeah? Okay. All right, good. Or maybe you have a good grasp of your chest voice. Okay, great. Well, that's fantastic because, that can be very challenging for people to get to. It takes a certain level of vulnerability. It takes a certain level of confidence. It takes a certain level of believing in yourself and trusting and kind of getting to know your body. I mean, a huge part of singing is like getting to know your body and knowing where you're singing from, because especially once we get into our chest and navel voice, I liken it to the difference between playing with your ukulele voice, which is up here, or a violin, viola. It's like here's violin, and then viola's a little bigger, right? And then here's your cello. Cello's down here. Like if you want some of those rich, bassier notes, you want to tap into the cello. You want to tap into your guitar body, a deep body. That resonance wants to come down here. And even if I'm in my head voice or in my throat voice, when I shift into my singing voice, I still have some access or resonance into that lower chamber. And this is really important to understand. And this is why I started off with this concept of the talking singing voice versus the singing voice. Because when you're in your talking singing voice, you will not have access to any of this vibration and that resonance down here. Once you tap into your singing voice, all of a sudden then you're going to have that resonance. You'll have that much more capacity. Watch this. Here I am in my talking voice. Here I am going from my talking voice to my singing voice. La na 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 na, right? That's ma 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 ma. Even throat. Ma 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 ma. Now I'll access my singing voice, even with the head voice. Ma 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 ma. Head. That was head voice. Throat voice. Ma 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 ma. And now with chest voice. Ma 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 ma. Can you hear the difference in the resonance? That there's just a little bit more or a lot more resonance capacity, especially even up here, even in your register. And these voices you're constantly playing with. Even when you're singing, you're going to be like, sometimes you're kind of in a mix between the head to the throat, or sometimes you're mixed between the throat and the chest, or sometimes you're mixed between the chest to your navel. And the really amazing singers that really blow you away are doing this all over the place. Like they can impact you with a power of their navel voice. They can just move you with their chest voice and their heart. They can soothe you and lure you in with their throat and their chest voice or their head voice. It can be really soft and sweet. And so all this is so important to have awareness of when you're singing, because how many of you maybe even thought or even knew where you're singing from? Anybody? Do you even thought, like, I didn't even think, up until I started teaching this, I didn't think about it either. I just sang, right? Now, of a raise of hands, how many of you feel like mostly you sing in your head voice? Let's see. How many of you just sing in your head voice? Like you're the kind of person that when you're singing, you're like, hey, yeah, I'm singing right now, but mostly I'm just singing really soft and quiet. Yeah, 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 yeah. Right? You're just like up here. Some of you gain a little more confidence, right? And now some of you sing from your throat voice. How many of you feel like you sing from your throat voice mostly? Or that's a regular thing? Hey, I'm singing from my throat voice. Yes, I got a little more access to my power. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, good. Now, how many of you feel like you actually have access to your chest voice? Like you actually feel like you got some power, right? When you sing, hey, I got a little more voice. I got a little more power when I sing. Any of you? Some of you? Yeah? And some of you tapped into it today? Yeah? Great. Any of you feel like you got access to your navel voice? Like you could get up there and sing with the gospel singers? You could sing with the opera? Any of you got that punch? All right. So that's what we'll work on. We would work together on that. That's the most difficult. That's the most difficult one. There's so much psychology around that, and of course there's mechanicals around it too. But I really truly feel like it's so much of it is addressing the psychology around the voice and the way we relate to the voice. And gosh, it's just incredible, right? It's just incredible what we can access with our voice, and the way we limit ourselves with our voice. And I just wanted to give you, I mean, this is obviously just a sneak preview to what's possible. And I really, truly hope that this has been helpful for you. But not only that, but that you might even continue and you might be inspired. And so I just want to share with you just a little bit what I've got going on, because I'm about to, I pretty much have launched my course with you guys. This is the beginning of it, is a course called Free Your Voice. And in it, we're going to go through different practices to really explore and open up your voices. We're going to explore the head voice. We're going to explore the throat voice, the chest voice, the navel voice. We're going to learn more and more vocal exercises for you to work on. We're going to address the psychology of how to really express the voice. And not only that, but I have some great breathing exercises and for you to really be able to open up your lungs, because a lot of people struggle with their lungs. Does anybody here struggle with just getting enough breath and maybe enough how to like support your voice through your breath with your breath? Maybe feel short of breath. Yeah. So that's a pretty common theme. Like I don't know how to, like, I can't hold these notes very long or whatever because my lung capacity. Well, here's an important piece to also know, that when you're singing, you actually don't need to express that much breath. There doesn't need to be that much breath coming out of your mouth. It's actually, you actually want about as little breath as possible coming out of when you're singing. So sometimes I give people the example, like put your hand up to your mouth and now go ma, really soft, ma. You should barely feel any breath come out. Ma. Okay? And then you go stronger. Ma. You should feel a little more breath for sure, but it's not like a crazy amount. You're not going ma, it's a huge amount of breath. You need to be able to, that's why you can hold and know ma. Get the point? Not that much breath. And yeah, I mean, sure, I've done a lot of yoga, I've done a lot of breath exercises and all that, but it's really not about that. It's about learning how to work with your lungs and your lung capacity and your voice. Very little breath is needed. And then the other thing I have in this course is particular yogic exercises to really engage and activate your voice, to activate your navel and activate your voice, because so much of us is just constricted through this limitation of like, how do I even access my power? Like, how do I access my confidence to sing and within my own body? And so I've created this course over, the last few months because of working with people, particularly individually. And I've noticed that I'm like, okay, this is what people have been working on. Okay, this is what they need help on. So anyways, I'm excited, super excited to announce that I'm launching this course, Free Your Voice. I'll let you guys know with an email, a follow-up email about it. If you're interested in taking it, I would love that. It's $108. It's not a huge investment. It's 11 lessons. It's going to transform your voice. It's going to hopefully transform your life. And you just have an incredible access to your voice and just access to your own heart and soul, your being, and be able to express yourself. So I hope you'll take this course with me. And even more so, if you're interested in working one-on-one with me, I love doing that. I love working with people one-on-one. It's amazing the shifts and the changes that we can do. And if you wanted to work one-on-one with me, here's my procedure I typically do. I want to work with you at least a month, once a week, and ideally for more than that. But at least a month, once a week. And we just start going into your voice. And I'll hear your voice, we'll work on it, and we'll explore. If you sign up for 2 months, I'll just throw the course in there for free. You just work with me for 2 months. You'll have access to that course, and you'll continue to work with that course on your own schedule, but we work together one-on-one, and we just have some amazing breakthroughs. I mean, unbelievable. It's time and time again I've been working with people. It's like, wow, the breakthroughs are incredible. So if this is at all of interest, please, please, please contact me. Let me know, and let's go from there. We can talk price. We can see what was your availability, my availability, and we go from there. But for sure, check out the course. I mean, it's $100, and you'll get so much access to so many tools that I work with so many people, to how to free up your voice, to how to express yourself, and to just be able to share just your authentic expression. Okay? So thank you all so much for being here. I want to end with a song. Can we end with let's sing along again? And because it just feels like a nice way to finish this off. All right. Well, I think we'll just end with how we started. Let's just sing Altar of Love and feel into your voice. Like, feel the shifts, all the practices that we've already done, and now integrate that. Nice wide mouth, relaxed face, relaxed neck, relaxed body. Open up your mouth, open up your chest and body as you sing. Okay? And let's try it out. And we're going to sing it a little louder. I'm going to strum it. We're going to give it a little more oomph this time. And all that I offer at the altar of love. Everybody. All that I offer at the altar of love in sweet surrender. In sweet surrender, and all that I am, I offer at the altar of love. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love in sweet surrender. In sweet surrender. Here we go. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love. Big voice. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love in sweet surrender. In sweet surrender. Throat voice. And all that I am,
I offer at the altar of love all that I am. I offer at the altar of love in sweet surrender, in sweet surrender. Head voice. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love. All that I am, I offer at the altar of love. In sweet surrender, in sweet surrender.
Beautiful. Well, thanks so much for joining. I'm going to stick around if you guys wanted to say hi or ask some questions. I'll be here. And if you want to cruise on, again, thank you so much for being here. And I hope you'll join me on the course or one-on-one. I would love to work with you. All right. Satnam Namaste.